Hello everyone and welcome to the final day of the Sonic-a-thon. We're in the bonus block, playing the incentive games that you earned for raising over $9,000, and we're actually over $18,000 by now. Today we will be playing Sonic Colors DS along with some other games. But right now we're doing this. My name is Speranda, here with my co-commentator Riddick.
Heyo everyone.
Hey! This is the DS port of my favorite Sonic game. It's not as good as the original, but I like it and it's worth playing. So let's go ahead and get started.
Yay. So yeah, as Spar said, we are very close to 19k in donations. Can we make it happen during Colors? Can we make it happen during the night?
We've got a pretty good lineup today. After this, we've got Sonic 4 Episode Metal. We have Sonic Generations 3DS, Sonic Genesis, and Sonic Lost World 3DS.
It's gonna be a fun night.
Yep, those last two will be played by some Call Me Johnny himself. So, should be interesting. He's doing those back to back. So, kind of feel sorry for him, to be honest.
Well, to kick off the night, while we're watching this wonderfully compressed opening movie, we have a $10 donation from a good old regular in the chat, Hurricane Pigeon. And he says, well, this is my last donation, making it a nice total of $1,200. Thank you very much, Hurricane.
Thank you. One thing I do like about the DS version is how they changed enough of the dialogue to keep it new, so you're not just, reading the same lines that they had in the other version. There are a lot of things that are similar, but like I said, there's enough to keep it different, so you actually feel like you're playing somewhat of a different game. The level design is also, different enough to make it worth playing as well.
Well, I've got something to admit.
What's this?
I have never played or seen this game being played, so this is completely new to me as well. This is going to be an adventure.
Well, it's pretty interesting. It's a nice way to start on the Sonic DS games. I like this better than either of the Rush games, I will say. So there's that.
It's weird because I do look at it and just think, it's Sonic Rush.
Yeah, it's basically Rush 3, that's what I'm telling you. The only difference really is the Wisps, which we'll get to here in the next level, actually. Well, we'll start on it anyway. We don't actually get our first real Wisp until the next level, which is Sweet Mountain.
There's some beautiful wisps, such as Laser or Drill.
Yeah, Laser's actually pretty late into the game for this version.
Well, in the console version, Laser was in Tropical Resort.
Yeah. In this version, it's not until Aquarium Park.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess it does kind of make sense, considering the only reason that Laser was in Tropical Resort is because of the cutscene of, saving the Wisps and then Laser merging with Sonic.
Yeah. Strangely enough, this is kind of one of the only 3D sections that I can think of in the entire game. Like, it's a full 3D section where you're on this glider, and it's just the only part in the game that's like this, and it's weird to me. But whatever. First stage done.
Hooray!
And a B rank for my troubles. It's kind of difficult to get the S ranks until you get the Wisps, because you get bonuses from those.
Yeah.
But we will start things off by going into the first special stage. You have special stages in this one to get the emeralds, much like the older classic games. These are kind of a copy of the Sonic 2 special stages, except of course you use the touchscreen to move. you'll be seeing Sonic move without any help because I'll be using my mouse pointer on the totally legal emulator that I'll be using here. For the most part, these special stages are pretty easy. They don't really get super hard until like the 6th or 7th one.
I do kind of like the idea of having the special stages rather than the stupid-ass red rings.
Yeah.
And the Sonic... whatever
Sonic
zone
Simulator.
it was.
Sonic Simulator, yeah. You do still have the Sonic Simulator in this version, and it's actually required to get the last Chaos Emerald. There's 6 special stages through the regular game, and then you basically have to do one versus mode, where you basically have to race against a computer, and you can pick up power-ups. I just realized actually yesterday that you could actually use power-ups against the computer. I did not know that. I just thought it was the computer that had the power-ups, so boo on me. But once you race against the computer and win, if you win with more than 50 rings, you go into the last of the special stages and get the last Chaos Emerald, which unlocks a bonus final boss after the main game, which uses Supersonic. As you can tell, like
Sonic
I
games
said,
need to have Supersonic in level.
Yeah. Lost World kind of disproves that, because Supersonic in Lost World is pretty boring. But,
Lost World in general is pretty boring.
well, yeah, there's that. Like I said, these stages aren't too difficult, especially at the start. I will say, though, the music is pretty bitchin'. Special stage music is really nice. You might notice there's times where Sonic kind of jumps around the level. That's because there's sometimes, like after he hits a boost pad, where he's kind of locked in place, or locked in a running animation for a second, and then once he's out of that locked animation is when he finally jumps to where I'm actually touching on the touchscreen.
Yeah, that used to be a problem in Rush, where the actual area to move him was only where he could stand. If you moved the stylus to the top of the screen, it wouldn't register it.
Yeah, that's how it is here too. You have to move in the half circle where the half pipe is, rather than just moving to the left and right. It's actually
dumb.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, and it gets me. Okay, another thing that the DS version does different is that rather than 6 stages and then a boss, you only get 2 stages and then a boss for every area. It cuts down the game time, obviously, but I think it works better, because as I said during the Wii version of Colors, I think it would have been better if you had, like, excuse me, 3 stages and then a boss, rather than going through all 6, especially since a lot of those stages that would appear would be less than a minute long. It kind of seems like it could have been something that was just added on to one of the other levels. Now, I'm not actually sure if you can use Supersonic in the regular levels in this game. I just know he's available in that bonus boss. If someone could confirm or deny that for me, I would appreciate that.
Is he available in the actual console version? Because I know he's not available in level for the Rush games.
Yeah, once you get all the red rings, you unlock Supersonic in the actual levels on the Wii version.
Ah, okay.
So now we can actually use boost. You might have noticed during the first level that I didn't boost any. And that's because you can't actually use boost until picking up the white wisps, which you might remember from the regular version of Colors, which add to your boost meter. And it's the same here, except you get a rush-style boost. I guess. That's something I can say, a rush-style boost, if you guys know what I mean by that.
Where it's got multiple charge things to it?
Yeah, you basically have, much like Rush, you have the 3 bars to fill up for the boost meter. The only difference is this time you can't overcharge the bar with tricks, which I believe was in Rush Adventure, where you kind of have a moment where you have unlimited boost. You don't get that in this version.
That was in Rush as well.
Okay. I didn't play a lot of Rush, so... I played Rush Adventure a lot more than Rush, so... Apologies for my misknowledge.
You will never be forgiven.
Of course not. One of my least favorite parts of this game is the stomp maneuver, because to do the stomp in this game you have to press down, and I think it's B. Fortunately, since I'm using an emulator, I can cheat. And what I do is I set my controller up to press down and B just by pressing a single button on the controller, rather than, you know, worrying about pressing both of the buttons. So I actually only need one button to do the stomp anyway. Which is very nice, because the stomp is actually a really useful maneuver in this game.
No copyright law in the universe is gonna stop us.
I guess not, huh? Yeah, there are a lot of bonus characters that you can run into in the side missions. I think one of those will show up here once we get after this stage here. In every area, you'll usually have 2 little side missions show up, and I think those usually unlock like illustrations or sound test things in the option menu and things like that.
I miss sound test.
Sound test is always a pretty cool thing to have in games, because it's just like, I don't feel like playing the game, I just want to listen to the music. Without actually going online and listening to the music. As weird as that seems sometimes.
No, it's basically just, here, you've bought the game, have the soundtrack for free.
Yeah, yeah. Now, of course, as you would expect, the bosses are different than the Wii version, since, you know, I mean, they can't program them the same way as they do, because you can't move in full 3 dimensions in this game. You kind of get these, which are very much in the Rush style. In fact, I think this is almost copied from one of the Rush bosses.
When the stream catches up, I'll be able to tell you, having played both Rush games.
That was some emulator lag right there. That slowdown section for the boss kill is always going to slow down. There's not much I can do about that. Just a general thing to remember for every boss, boost is going to be your friend. Boost will almost always make the boss drop the Wisp that they're weak to, which will, you know, of course, give them a lot of extra damage rather than just jumping at them or boosting into them. It actually makes a lot of the bosses pathetically easy.
Yeah, probably why you couldn't use it in the Rush boss fights, I don't think.
You couldn't use the boost?
I don't think you could. I think you could dash, but I don't think you could boost.
And that's Tropical Resort done.
Hooray! Where are we off to next, then?
Well, after this cutscene, we'll be heading to Sweet Mountain for the next level.
So we're off to Sugar Rush.
Yeah. That loses all of its dramatic tension in this version. Because you can't really tell what that is, and then you get this tiny little box on the screen that's like, hey, pay attention to this thing. Wait, what is that? They do a nice little mini-game at the start of each of the worlds where you have to hit the touchscreen where the Wisp appears in order to actually get it. It's a nice little touch. It's a nice little integration of the touchscreen. I did not mean that as a pun in the fact that it's a nice little touch, by the way. That's just a phrase.
Da 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 da.
Boink.
Slideshow the game.
Of course, here we pick up the Burst Wisp, one of the two new Wisps in this version. Burst doesn't appear in the Wii version except for during the final cutscenes, where it appears when all the Wisps save Sonic from dying out in space. And as Tom is saying in the chat, they put this Wisp in the Generations 3DS version, which I believe has Tropical Resort as its level. So yeah, we will be introduced to the Burst Wisp here in just a moment. We also get this. Best thing ever, Sonic bouncing on Jello. I don't know why, but it's actually pretty funny. Alright, Burst Wisp. Basically, you can have a lot of extra jumps with the Burst Wisp, and if you charge up your jump long enough, you'll actually get a super huge explosion that kills just about everything on the screen, and a lot of things that are actually off the edge of the screen. It's difficult to control at the worst of times.
So it's basically Chaos Blast.
Yeah. You'll see me avoid it in a lot of cases to just go for other paths instead, just because I don't really like how it controls too much.
No, it looks very floaty.
It is very floaty, and I actually had my emulator set up the wrong way for a long time, in that I couldn't actually use Burst to go directly up. I had to actually go in a diagonal because I had the control for my controller set up so it wouldn't read just straight up and down. It had to go in a diagonal.
Yeah.
So that was my bad.
Good job.
Starting to take hits here. I will not be nearly as good at this game as I was at Colors Wii. Mostly just because I haven't practiced this game nearly as much. And it's dimps, so I have to deal with dimps. I have to deal with dimps BS. It's not nearly as prevalent as this game, as it seems like it is in others, such as the Sonic 4 games or Rush. But you do get your fair share of dimpsiness, I guess. Okay,
So
I guess I'm
what
going
is
this
your
way.
favorite zone then?
My favorite zone in this one? Probably just Tropical Resort, just because it's one of my favorites from the Wii version, and they actually do a pretty good job of showing it off in this version as well. It's just really simple, shows everything that you're basically going to be using in the game, just a really good way to start things off. Really good first level, basically.
That burst looks really annoying to control.
Yep.
Also Buzz Bombers.
Yeah. Alright. Sweet Mountain Stage 1. Done. Dunzos. Dunzos is my new thing, I guess.
Banzo?
Dunzos. I said that at the end of 06.
Referencing.
Because it's so stupid to get the last emerald, I guess I'll show off another one of the special stages just for people that missed it if they're coming in now. I'm probably not going to show off any of the special stages after this, Just because, like I said, getting the last emerald requires going into the Sonic Simulator and doing a versus mode that's actually really annoying to get done. So after this, I'm not going to be showing these off. I will have a save file to show off the extra final boss at the end, though.
Such a wimp spar.
Yeah, I messed up right there. It's just because the special stages would be, you know, extra time for the game for something that I already have done. Those plaid or beige colored orbs back there, if you collect all of those, you'll get 10 extra orbs of whichever color you need at the time. And those get progressively harder to pick up in each special stage, as you can tell. Because last time they were basically just a straight line. This time they were kind of zigzaggy. They get much more difficult later on. And they also get tougher to pick up as it speeds up through each lap.
I was going to say, it does look really slow.
Yeah, it starts off slow for the red orbs, and then once you move on to blue and yellow, it really well, yellow really picks up the speed. But yeah, blue's a pretty good midpoint in the speed, I would say.
Also jaw.
The reason that I'm skipping those 5 orbs back there is just if I happen to run into any trouble during the yellow lap, then I'll pick up those because, of course, they're worth 5 orbs, so they're really nice if you're in a bind for whatever reason. If we were actually doing all of the special stages, you'd see me doing that a lot in the later ones, because I can actually fail on some of the later special stages.
Oh, I see how this works now. I thought it was a continuous path. I didn't click that it was you were actually lapping round the same one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hit the orbs that you're not meant to be collecting, they get knocked away and you can't collect the next. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it is a lap, so the ones that you leave or pick up in previous laps will either be there or be knocked away, depending on what you do in the previous laps. Which means you kind of have to plan out what you're doing for the multicolor orbs, which are worth 2, or the 5 orbs, which of course are worth 5. So you kind of have to plan that out. Like I said, they're not terribly difficult until you get to like the 5th, 6th, and 7th ones. And that was the special stages. I hope you guys enjoy those. The music for those is really nice. I ran it during the pre-stream for today, and people enjoyed it. So yeah, go pick it up wherever your Sonic music is sold.
Sold.
Yeah, sold.
Well, at least you're stocking up on plenty of lives.
Yep. They give you plenty of lives in this one. There is that.
So, are you going to do any of the missions, or just go for the main acts?
Just the main acts. The missions, like I said, are usually just for like extra illustrations or sound clips and things like that. As cool as that is, this is kind of just something I want to get done so we can move on to episode Metal afterwards.
I'm sorry, every time Metal Sonic is mentioned, I will squee a little.
Yeah, you are the fanatic in that aspect.
Oh, according to Tom, this is where the bullshit begins.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. That was my bad. That was entirely my bad. I'm not even going to begin to blame the game for that part. Well, I'll blame it a little bit because what happened is I started going upside down, and because I went upside down, my mind told me I needed to hold the other direction. Because you start going right, and then when you're upside down, you're going left. But if you actually move the controller to go left, you stop going. Which is a bit silly and not one of the things that I like. And I think in Starlight Carnival and Asteroid Coaster, that starts becoming a lot more prevalent.
I really want to find my GBA now. It's somewhere around here. Yep, here it is. GBA, what is currently in you? Ooh, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. No, let's be suitable, shall we? Mario. There we are. Whoops.
A really nice touch there is that if you get into the what is it, the blimp, while using the burst wisp, you will actually just go straight up really fast because, of course, the hot air is what powers the blimp, which is really nice. Also, if you're if you hit some of the jello that you would normally bounce on with the burst wisp, it'll actually melt the jello, which is another nice thing. So they got some cool things if you're in the middle of using the burst wisp, which is nice. Because it wouldn't make sense for a burst to just bounce off of jello, really.
A chat user called Joe Strikes Back says, if Riddick is such a big Metal Sonic fan, I bet he'd enjoy a certain Generations mod I made. If you were actually the creator of the Metal Sonic Generations mod, I love you. I have been using your mod for a good month or two now. And was going to use it for a Generations race.
Well, it's not like only one person ever came up with the idea to make a Metal Sonic mod.
Well, if it was the one I used.
Yeah. No, I don't believe there's any tricks in this game. That's one of the few things from Rush that they did not bring.
Sonic Advance 3. Oh god, how do I play Sonic Advance again?
Okay, so Sweet Mountain boss is pretty easy. Yes, that's the benefit of not doing not doing missions, Tom. Jesus. Brain, what are you doing? That's the benefit of not doing missions, Tom. The game goes pretty fast. But yes, that boss is pretty easy. All you have to do is boost into the minions that he throws at you, which gives you the burst wisp, and then you use that to take out his health really quickly. Again, that's basically the theme for bosses, just boost into whatever attack they have, which will give you the wisp that they're weak to. That's basically what you have to remember.
Why does it give you the wisp they're weak to? That seems like a huge design flaw on Robotnik's part.
To be fair, Robotnik.
Look, I don't care what anyone says. I will always call him Robotnik.
Well, that's not even what I was saying. It's just the fact that it's Robotnik and he's not really... Like, he's got the IQ, but not really the common sense.
Yeah, Tails got all of that.
Well, he's got the IQ and the common sense, I would say. Now we pick up the Rocket Wisp, and the Rocket Wisp has a bit of a welcome change from the Wii version.
Rocket!
You'll be able to see that in the 2 Starlight Carnival levels here. And speaking of which, Starlight Carnival is about the point in the game where I really start disliking the level, and I start getting tired of the Dimps bullshit. So, apologies if I start getting a bit salty here, folks.
Speaking of dimps bullshit, who the hell puts a part of the level where you run into a wall and instantly stop and have spikes appear below you before you even have time to think? Screw you, dimps.
Who puts part of the game you're playing in between the two screens so you can't actually see it?
See, no, I kind of like that.
See, I don't. Because you end up with like 90%, well, not 90%, you end up with like 20% of a game that you can't actually see.
I know, but when it's actually on the DS, it
Yeah,
does
when it's
look a
actually
lot
on the
better.
DS, it's not nearly as bad, I'll give you that. There's parts of this level, as you saw back there, where you have to quickly tap the B button repeatedly to move on. Rather than annoy you all with the rapid tapping, I've set up part of my controller to turbo the B button, so that you don't have to deal with loud tapping noises.
Spar, you're not going turbo, are you?
I was going to tell you after we were done, but yes, I'm going turbo.
Could you?
And of course, you get the slide move. I don't like the slide move because it appears in like 3 places in the entire game, and there's never enough warning for it, and I really don't like the slide move in this. This is actually a pretty smooth run of this level for me, though. Aside from that one hit.
It's been a smooth run of the game so far, to be honest.
I mean, it's not a long game, so there's that.
True.
And this is the change that Rocket gets. There are points in the level where, if you use Rocket, it will, turn around, I guess is the way to say it. You basically hit something that turns the rocket to a different direction so you can turn, basically. I want to use a different word than turn, but turn's the best word for it. But it's a nice touch, actually, because in the Wii version, of course, Rocket could only go in one direction.
Get to modify its trajectory.
Yeah,
Nice.
let's go with that. That bitch. There's a couple points when I get to this part of the level where I get real tired of the enemies randomly coming from off-screen, specifically right there. Bats. I hate the bats.
Are you killing the bats?
I'm killing the bats, but one of them hit me because it came from off-screen and I couldn't see it in time.
As long as you were killing them, Helldragon would be proud.
I suppose. Alright, Act 1 done. I'm getting C ranks because I'm not keeping my rings this time around. Getting hit more than I usually do.
As long as you've got one, that's good enough.
I suppose, yeah. And a couple people in the chat screaming, "Bats!"
I actually forgot how much I enjoy the advanced games.
I've never, well, I know, I take that back. I tried to play Advance 1, I think, and I didn't really like it. As we all know, me and 2D games don't go together so well. So, I don't know.
Spar, you and games don't go together too well.
You say that as I die, by the way. That was a bit of Dim's bullshit, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that was my bad. I don't know, there's something about those rails there that don't work like they're supposed to, I think. But yeah, I did not need to jump right there. Let me actually do this. There we go. That should actually get me on the rail that I need to go on. Yeah, apologies, Dimps deaths. Also fail deaths, but Dimps deaths as well.
Damn it, Dimps.
Yep. I don't know that I've ever actually taken this path.
We're going on an adventure, Spar.
We're going on an adventure! Uncharted territory. Ah, not this time, you bat motherfucker.
Ah, you weren't kidding when you said you were gonna get salty.
Oh! I was a little bit slow on the rocket there. I got McSquished.
McSquished.
McSquished. Wow. If you use the rocket at the wrong time, you actually get stuck between those, the crushers there, I guess. And it's weird to time it since, you know, the screen separation doesn't really make it clear where it is at any time. Of course, I'm just making excuses for me messing up.
Of course. Just remember, if you can't come up with an excuse, Dimps.
That works sometimes. Sometimes it's actually my fault. Boy, they sure do like using this rocket through the crushers thing. Oh yeah, this part. I hate this part. This part of the level is boring and stupid. You're basically just kind of stuck on this float. It would be like a parade float. But the silly thing is, you'll still have enemies coming in from off screen, like the bats. Fucking bats, man.
Dimps bats, no less.
Dimps bats, yeah, just coming in from off screen, and you can't really react to them in time, or I can't anyway. Oh man, that was actually getting close right there. I almost wasn't able to jump over the platform and got stuck, and I would have been pushed off the side. The other stupid thing, if you get caught in the water spout that comes out of the whale float, you're actually kind of just locked in place, and you can't do anything about the enemies coming through.
Fun.
Yeah. Just, more Dimps bullshit. Okay, well, that's Starlight Carnival done.
Well, touch wood, I haven't experienced Dimps bullshit in Advance 3 yet.
Supposedly that's the worst one of the Advanced series, so...
Well, I'm currently heading on to Act 3 of Sunset Hill. So, the second zone.
I like how Eggman just shows up and you get this square box with the mind control weapon. Rather than the actual cutscene.
No, Dimps bats!
No, Mechadan, we're not doing the missions, we're just going through the regular game. Okay.
Missions are...
Yep, time for the boss of Starlight Carnival, which I do not like.
Do you like anything, Spar?
Yeah, I like hamburgers.
We share common interests.
So to get the Wisp for this one, I might die. To get the Wisp for this one, you have to knock back the red containers back and actually have them hit the thing. I think you might have to boost into them, actually.
I believe in you, Spar. You can do this. Also, I'm digging the boss music.
Yeah. Okay, so somehow he was down to the final hit, but he wasn't still down to the final hit. So I'm not sure what happened, and I died. That's the only thing I'm sure of in all of that, actually.
The only thing I know for sure is that I'm now dead.
Yeah, that's about it. So what should have happened there was he would like fall down onto the running platform and like give me an opening to attack him, but that didn't happen.
But Dimp said, fuck you.
Yeah, basically. Rings, gotta get rings. It's kind of difficult to knock the red container. Or I guess it's orange because it would be the container that has the rocket wisp in it. Kind of difficult to knock that directly back into him. Or it, since I guess it's a robot.
Tails' fly in Sonic-a-thon 3 is really weird. As soon as you touch any form of ground, you stop.
Epic victory!
Congratulations!
That was still not a great run, but whatever. Yeah, I figure you can use the boost to hit the other capsule back, but timing with the boost is really strange. For me, anyway. So I would rather just jump into the things.
Well, I spoke too soon.
Hmm?
Dimp's bullshit.
Dimp's bullshit.
I didn't hit one of the boosters that hits you into the air at just the right speed, so literally smacked my face on the side of the cliff and fell to my death. Fucking Dimp's bullshit.
I don't guess I ever really noticed, but they keep the running joke from version that Qbot keeps changing his voices. I don't think I ever actually paid attention to all the text. But yeah, that's actually a really nice touch. I like that they're keeping some things.
Also using a lot of the music from the actual console version as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are kind of... all the themes are kind of based on the themes from the Wii version, but they're kind of different enough that you can actually listen to them separately. And of course you have the special stage music, which is the best thing in the game. To me, anyway. You might have noticed back on the Space Hub back there that Asteroid Coaster isn't actually unlocked yet. We have to do Planet Wisp and Aquarium Park first.
Huh.
Whereas, of course, in the Wii version of Colors, you get Asteroid Coaster at the same time as the other two.
I think I always done it last anyway.
Yeah. I think it's actually faster, or at least more interesting, if you do Asteroid Coaster first. Because then you get the Frenzy Wisp, and the Frenzy Wisp makes a lot of things easier later on. I'm missing the clicks on these, that's why this is still going, by the way. There we go. Drill Wisp is already annoying me. The drill is... the drill is the worst thing about this game.
Drill.
The nice thing about Planet Wisp in this version is that there's not a lot of bottomless pits. The bad thing is there's a ton of drill sections where you have to deal with the screen separation where you automatically move, like where you're actually moving in the space between the two screens so you can't actually tell where you are or where anything is that's going to hit you. And I'm
That's
probably
kind of
gonna
silly.
I'm probably gonna get salty. I'm not gonna lie.
Get PJ Salt.
I don't know, I really hate the idea of the screen separation for the drill here. I really, really don't like it. Because you have about like 20% of the space that you can actually be in where you can't actually see where you are, and it's pretty horrible, to be honest. So, if I have the opportunity to avoid any drill sections, you will see me do them. You will see me avoid the sections as much as possible.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. There are quite a few places where you can't dodge the sections, unfortunately.
Oh joy.
This being one of them.
Alrighty, Zone 3, Ocean Base.
And of course, if you run out of the drill wisp while underground, you die automatically because, I mean, the ground just kind of kills you.
Because fun. We aren't allowed it.
Well, I mean, it does make sense. You can't breathe underground. There's kind of no space to move, so you're just kind of crushed since you can't move all the dirt out of the way anymore. These things are silly. I don't like those enemies, because you can't really tell where they are half the time. And if you run into them at all, you get hurt and lose all your rings.
That's not fun.
No, that's not fun. There's not very much about the drill that's fun in this version. It's actually one of the really cool wisps in the Wii version. I don't know, it's the screen separation that does it for me in this one. You'll hear me talk about that a lot, because I hate the screen separation. It's actually one of the worst parts about this version. To me, anyway.
Yeah, that screen, like, separation is actually really off-putting.
Like we said earlier, if you're actually playing this on a DS, it does kind of make sense. And there are ways on an emulator to set it up so there's some extra space there, but that just kind of throws me off more. Also, it doesn't really work in the stream capture nearly as much either.
Unfortunately not, SGM. We've had no donations since Hurricanes one. Come on, guys, we're so close to 19k now. We can do this.
Don't feel pressured to donate. Don't feel like you have to, of course. But we would like to reach 20,000 by the end of the marathon. That would be pretty cool.
That'd be great.
I believe we've already doubled the total from the Zelda-thon, which is amazing in its own right.
We have indeed.
That was almost bad. I almost died back there. I was trying to turn into an opening with the drill.
The co-commentator here is Riddick. Hello.
Yep, I am Spranda, this is Riddick, if you are just joining us. We're playing Colors DS. Up next is Sonic 4 Episode Metal.
Which is just gonna be great.
I like how for each of the two acts they kind of have a different remix. Much like the Wii version, you get a different remix of the music for each of the stages, and they keep that in this one, and that's pretty nice. As Dempsey as the game is, they do have some really nice points. That was meant to be a homing attack, thank you. Still have problems sometimes when the game decides it wants to do an air dash instead of a homing attack. Drill? No thanks, I'm taking the Rocket Express. I mean,
Rocket Express.
Yeah, I'm gonna repeatedly lose rings right there, but still better than using the drill.
Alrighty, we have a couple of donations. We have $25 from Goldstorm, chat regular. I got some birthday money, so I'm gonna go against my common sense and put one final donation for the kids. Good luck, guys, and thank you so much for this amazing marathon. Hellfire Commentaries means more than Tom will ever admit. And we also have a $5 donation from Keox Driver. Hey guys, I thought I'd send a burst of cash your way to fill the void in donations this morning. You've all done a great job throughout this marathon, and I've really enjoyed watching, laughing, and donating. Thanks for taking the time to help out a great cause. Also, a quick question. What is your guys' favourite Sonic games? Spar, do you want to answer that first?
Well, yeah, of course. My, as I've said many times, my favorite Sonic game is Colors. I don't actually know what yours is, now that I think about it.
Well, surprise, surprise. My favourite Sonic game is Sonic CD.
Couldn't possibly guess why.
I actually just like CD. Metal Sonic is an added bonus.
Yep.
And with those two donations, that brings our total up currently to $18,773.05.
I'm getting a bit lost here in this level because I'm doing things that I'm not used to doing.
I believe in you, Spar.
I hope so.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
Okay, final drill section. We have a Crusher chasing us. Of course we do.
Fun.
If you, get caught by the Crusher like that, you will die. Of course, to actually go faster than the Crusher, you have to hold down the boost button, which makes the Drill Wisp even, you know, more shit to control.
So in other words, dumps!
Eh. Fortunately, once you get to that point, like, the point after where I died, it's just a straight section down. So, not that difficult. The next part, which is the boss, is where we're gonna get bullshit. And I'm gonna try to take my time on it and not do everything in one cycle, because if I try to do everything in one cycle, I'm going to die and then I'm going to get angry. So I'm going to take my time with the boss.
Unfortunately the bot is not here at the moment, so we will need the Death Dock people to update their own docks.
So what you need to do for this one is hit the two nodes over here, I guess. But you can only hit them when they're orange. If they're blue, you'll get hurt instead.
Oh, good.
So it's really just easier to do it in 2 cycles rather than trying to get everything done as fast as possible. Ah, poopy. I accidentally exited with the drill, so now I've basically just gotta wait. Go through another cycle.
Sad face.
Yeah. As I say poopy so I don't say shit.
When did Sonic Rush cross over with Colors? When Dimps made the Colors DS port.
Ah, I didn't get over to score the final hit in time.
And now we have to wait the game.
Yep. Okay, there we go. Yes, they did change bosses for the DS version because there's different Wisps, obviously. The controls are different since you don't move in full 3D. That is probably... Planet Wisp in general is probably the worst part of the game for me. If anything is worse than it, I would say it's Asteroid Coaster. But I did enough practice on that one that that shouldn't be too bad.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm. I hope I know what I'm doing on Asteroid Coaster anyway.
But yeah, taking your time worked out well there, because you did not die.
No, I didn't die. I didn't have a really smooth run or anything, but and now we meet the Laser Wisp, which works about the same as it did in the regular game.
Laser!
Laser! Still remember that one level in Tropical Resort where you used laser like 7 times. I mean, you don't have to, but it's kind of expected of you to use it. I think there's places in that where you do have to use it. Where you're actually forced to use laser, there's quite a few. And then the others are optional that I do just to get extra stuff like red rings and extra lives.
Laser, laser, laser.
Now, Aquarium Park is probably my least favorite level in the HD version. It's not so bad in this one. The only really bad part that I don't like is how they mess with the music when you're underwater, which you will probably notice here soon. They really fuck with the music when you're underwater, and I don't like it at all.
We have another $2 donation from British Dragon. Hi, British Dragon here. This has been a great marathon. Everyone has done so well in this, both the streamers and my fellow donators. I had planned to donate more today, but paying for utility bills kicked my ass. Let's hope even more donations let's hope for even more donations before the day is over.
Sounds like a good idea. I would like to see, I'd like to see 20,000 by the end of the day, like I said. Again, don't feel like you're forced to donate, though.
Indeed. And remember, guys, if we get to 19k during this run of Sonic Colors, I may sing another song. Probably not on stream, because I've made Spar's ears bleed already. But I'll certainly record something and put it up online for you guys.
Alright. So, was that at 19,000 you said?
At 19,000.
Yep. Okay, so at 19,000, Riddick will sing something for us and upload it so you guys can listen to it later.
And laugh.
And laugh. Or just enjoy it, because it'll actually probably sound... I don't know. How do you feel about your singing voice, anyway?
You wanted to say good, but then you thought you shouldn't lie.
Well, it was more like, I don't want to say it's good and then everyone hates it.
Everyone hates it anyway. I hate it. But
Okay.
I'm doing it for the kids.
Okay, at least if you admit it, then I don't feel bad.
Wow, so you even agreed? Spar, you were a horrible friend.
We got a couple people that want you to sing the campfire song from SpongeBob? I don't know why.
Because I've never watched SpongeBob, I will not be singing that. I will sing a Sonic song.
Okay. Got a few, requests for Live and Learn, a few lookalikes. Toot Toot Sonic Warrior.
Oh, hell yeah. Can you feel the sunshine? You know what? If we get to 20k tonight, I will cover the entire Sonic R album.
There you go, folks. 20,000 tonight, Riddick covers the entire Sonic R album. You can't back out on that now.
Yep, it's a thing. It's on stream. It's on YouTube. It's about to be on Twitter.
Sorry, I'm not talking too much. I'm trying to focus on my roots here. Because Aquarium Park is one of the places where I have to focus a lot, because you end up with a lot of enemies coming out of nowhere.
Because dimps.
Because dimps. Also because trying to avoid the water as much as possible, because water is stupid.
The Aquarium Park mix for this game is actually really nice.
Yeah, it's too bad. Like I said, they fuck it up if you actually go underwater.
My phone is now going crazy from Twitter notifications.
That'll happen, bro. That'll happen. So what happens when you offer to do something like that for the kids? Now this part at the end of the level I don't like too much. Because you get these bombs that appear on the path, and you have to dodge them. But you could see back there was a lot of, okay, that was my bad, apparently. There were parts where it would, like, diagonal off to the side, and you have to, move very quickly to try to dodge after the diagonal. It's actually pretty difficult to do that a lot of the time. I don't know, it just feels like it's too often where you're locked in place.
Dimps does that, unfortunately.
Yeah, see, I couldn't actually move right there at that last second. There's just way too much on that part where you're just locked in place and you can't move. For having to move that fast, locking you in place is really silly.
Wow, okay. we have a couple more donations. $10 from the Otaku Geek. Since it's the last day of the marathon, I thought I'd make one last donation. Just want to say congratulations and thank you to everyone for a fantastic marathon. And although this may be wishful thinking, here's hoping we reach 20k. And then we have a $325 donation from Landale Star, aka CJag. One last day of the marathon, let's make it a good one and break 20k. Just want to say thanks again to everyone involved for a great marathon. I've enjoyed every awesome game, every awful game, and you've overcome all the technical difficulties that Twitch can throw at you. This will get you closer to singing. Ha ha. So that has brought our current total up to $19,010.
I missed with the laser, my bad. I actually thought that was gonna hit though. Screen separation.
Oh, correction, it's $19,110 because of the
Yeah.
the $100 from before the marathon's beginning.
Okay. A bit of a derp on the boss, but boss is done. Thanks for the donations, everyone. We'll get Riddick to sing yet.
Almost. We're almost there.
Wow. Okay.
Local Ninetales ruins game. Thank you, Naruto references.
It's funny because it's true. Yeah, Mecha Shadow. I will no longer sing anything at 19k, but at 20k I will sing the entire Sonic-a-thon album.
I'll be looking forward to that, actually.
Also, local Hurricane Pigeon bees a smart ass on Twitter. The tweet I sent out was, you heard it here first, people. 20k by the end of the night, and I will cover the entire Sonic-a-thon album for the kids. To which Mr. Hurricane responded, well, technically I read it here first.
Technically, you also heard it on the stream first.
Yeah.
Say hello to the Void, Wisp. Rather than Frenzy for this game, we get Void, which is much more difficult to control and much more finicky.
Void.
Oh, so many auto deaths from Void. The momentum on Void Wisp is freaking crazy. One tiny tap and you'll be going in that direction for a long time. Which I suppose makes sense because it kind of emulates how, you know, something moves in space. A small thrust and you just keep going because your momentum never really goes away. I never really thought about that. That's actually pretty neat.
I like how all the wisps you've unlocked are actually on the bottom screen.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. So, as Void moves around, it will absorb basically anything that it runs into, and as you keep absorbing stuff, it'll get bigger and bigger until you can absorb basically anything that you run into. There's actually a pretty neat thing you can do with the boss of this area, if you're good enough with using the Void Wisp. Hopefully I can get it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully indeed. And the trick to using the Void Wisp is, using these fans to move around, because while you're being blown by the fan, you don't use up any of your Wisp power. So that really helps with conserving the meter. Ah, the Wisp messed up.
Good job, Wisp. You had one job.
No, that's just that the angle on the laser right there is a bit strange. So I'm not gonna fault it for that. It would have been really cool if I could have gotten it, but whatever. If you get caught by the dinosaur skeleton, you die automatically. It's an auto death. There's quite a lot of that in this version of Asteroid Coaster, which makes it one of the other annoying levels for me. Next to Planet Wisp, of course.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I kinda prefer the Void to Frenzy.
If you actually took the time to play the game and control it, you wouldn't say that. Because Void is really, really stupid to try to control. I didn't need to use Void here, by the way. That was my bad entirely. That was really stupid on my part. You're actually supposed to boost there. I think you can use Void, and if you if you gather up enough stuff, you can actually suck up the dinosaur skull. Yeah, you could see that the green slime that was back there. If you touch that, even if you're using the Void Wisp, you will automatically die. And of course, with the way Void kind of sucks to control, I ran into that quite a few times. That part right there, where you switch carts, and that part right there, the game will automatically kill you if you don't hold right on the D-pad or control stick or whatever to keep moving to the other roller coaster cart. You'll just fall down and die instead of actually hitting the other cart. And of course, if you don't jump off the second one, as you saw, you will auto die because you'll fall directly into the green slime. I forgot that was there. That was just my bad. Getting deaths. Okay, let's go. Getting stupid deaths too. Getting deaths that are mostly my fault. Like, if it were the first time playing the game, I would definitely blame the game for some of these, but I should know what I'm doing by now and know not to do the things that I'm doing.
Spar, don't do the thing.
And that's why I'm kind of upset that I'm dying this much. Okay.
You know, watching this really makes me want to play the Wii version of it.
Yeah, that'll happen. Okay, Act 1 done.
Hooray!
That took too long. It actually did take too long. I don't even get a time bonus. D rank.
It took too long.
Eggman's roller coaster does this shit, Blizzard. Also, Dimps. I want to get off Dimps' Wild Ride.
Never.
Okay, need to remember Act 2 of this one. I did plenty of practice for this one, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Hopefully.
Alright, doing fine so far. We're about to get some Dimps bullshit here in just a second.
Fun.
Yep. Still can't dodge that rock. That's so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. That rock... During that part of the roller coaster, you have rocks falling on you, and you can barely see them, for one thing. Sorry, trying to play and talk at the same time. Brain's not functioning properly. You can't dodge one of the rocks depending on where you're jumping at. Just because if you try to jump in that direction, you'll end up... Okay, trying to play and talk at the same time, not working. You'll end up hitting the rock as you jump. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say.
Use your brain, Spar.
I'm trying.
You know my
brain's being used for game. Okay, I'm good now. But yeah, back there at that section, if you try to jump to the forward car as the rock is falling, you'll actually run into the rock, which is silly for many reasons.
You got
and auto death. Thank you, Void. Good thing I just hit a checkpoint, though. This is where some of the bullshit comes in, because trying to move up and down with Void is really, really silly. You end up moving a lot further than you actually expected to. Oh, I almost died there. That would have been silly if I had died back there by running too far into the roller coaster cart. Would have been very upset with myself, actually.
I think we'd have been upset with you as well.
Well, I'm glad. At least you guys are trying to hold me to a standard.
Well, you have your own standard, honestly, but...
Oh, no! I didn't make it. Why aren't the fans sucked up too? That's a good question. I don't know. I guess the wind hits the void before it can suck them up. Wow, okay. That was a little too close for my comfort. Void, why are you doing this?
Why you did this, Void?
Let's do this. Jump forward a little bit, then use Void. Haha! Exploiting the system now.
Man, there's a lot of Twitch delay tonight.
Yeah, that happens. Oh, I picked up another Void Wisp, I didn't even notice that. Yes, you can get squished as the Void. I'm making silly mistakes. Oh, come on. Hitboxes.
What even are they?
Well, not gonna make this. Ah, barely. Goodness.
Jade, he currently has 2 emeralds because once we finish the game, he will be going to a complete save file.
Yep.
to show off the final boss.
The real final boss. Okay.
Why are these bricks not sucked into the void?
Void's not big enough to grab those yet. You have to be big enough to grab certain things. Okay.
Man, it's really good to be stocked up on all those extra lives.
Yeah. It's a good thing that extra lives are easy to get in this game because you get a ton of rings. Especially if you end up doing the special stages, because you can get them from special stages as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that was an auto kill. Okay. How
Please
far?
tell me we've got a checkpoint.
Did I get a checkpoint? Yeah, I got a checkpoint. Okay. Yeah, I've never actually gotten hit by that. Okay.
God, sparse, step it up.
Welcome to Dimps' Wild Ride. Okay. That's done. Stage is done. On to the boss.
Hooray! We're almost there.
That really took too long. I apologize for all of that. Talking and playing that stage at the same time was not working for my brain. Oh man. That was pretty terrible.
Patrick Sage in 99 says T-wrecked.
Indeed. Oh, good, I did pick up a ring. Nice. Okay, I'll have to get that on the next round, hopefully. I don't like the second phase of this because he goes really stupidly fast with the slammy thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna get the special kill, unfortunately. If you kill it with the Void Wisp, then you suck up the entire train, and you get a special finish, and it's actually pretty cool. I wasn't able to do that. Still got the S rank, but I really wanted that special kill. Oh well. We are almost done here, folks. Can you see if Emerald is online?
I shall indeed. Emmy. He is offline currently.
Hmm. He's supposed to be back from school by now. I mean, we do have a final boss and then a bonus final boss left, so...
I just sent him a message telling him to message me when he's online.
Yeah. Alright, let's start Terminal Velocity, which is not separated into different stages.
Oh, jaw.
Shut down? A Dimps amusement park, the builders would be for attempted murder. Why didn't they just use all the CGI cutscenes? Because a DS cart can't hold that much? I'm fine with the text cutscenes. There's really no reason to use all CGI on a DS. For 3DS, it would make sense. For 3DS, there's no reason to have the text scenes when they could do the CGI stuff just fine. Because a 3DS cart can hold a lot of data, whereas a DS cart can't hold nearly as much. I mean, it holds quite a bit. Because obviously you could tell they have some really long games on the DS, like Days and Chrono Trigger and things like that, where they have a lot of data. But yeah, there's no reason for the 3DS version of Sonic Generations to have all the text cutscenes when they could have just done some 3D cutscenes instead.
Robotnik, last time you fired a laser into the earth, shit went whack. Why are you trying it again?
Why is he trying an amusement park again? This is like the 4th time.
Also, Spar, I've been informed that Emerald is an hour behind you. It's only 1:30 for him right now.
Yeah, and he gets out of class at 1.
Oh, well, it might be back soon then.
So, I'm not a big fan of this because I'm not good at it. But you basically get this this running section here, which leads directly into the final boss. And like I said, I really don't like this because I'm not good at it. I am not fast enough to get out of the way of a lot of the stuff that you run into, like that.
Gotta go fast, Spar. Come on.
Yeah, you do get the boost, but you want to save the boost for the final boss, since this does go directly into it. Whatever rings and boosts you have at the end of this are used for the final boss. And I died.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh god, that screen. Oh.
The screen separation, again, will mess you up.
Oh god, it hurts.
Uh-huh. And I'm using the boost in very short bursts because I don't want to be going too fast. It's actually too fast, 5 me.
Tom, you probably don't recall this from the end of the game because you blocked it out of your memory.
There we go. I think we're just about done with this part. Yep. Just as I hit a wall and lost all my rings, too. I picked up 1, fortunately. Okay. Like the regular bosses, boost will be your friend. Boost is what you need to pick up all of the Wisp powers. Okay, that's 2 down. So far I'm doing better than my practice runs where I actually missed the rocket the first time. Three down.
Hooray.
Okay, I got lucky there. Alright. Laser's a bit weird because he kind of randomly spawns on the area. Or in the area, rather. Okay. We've got all 5.
Time for color Wisp power?
Yep. And excuse me because I'm gonna have to button mash this time.
Hooray! Fun.
Burst, rocket, drill, laser, void!
Mash those buttons, Spar. You can do it.
We are done, folks. Well, sort of. There's a bonus final boss. That was actually a really good run of that boss. I'm impressed with myself.
Damn the music.
Yeah, we're not quite done with the game yet. We have the proper final boss. I'm just going to go ahead and ask, Tom, do you want me to play the credits after the proper final boss? Or let them run after this?
Hopefully he responds in time.
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I can skip through these credits anyway. So never mind. I can't skip the credits after this final boss, only after the bonus final boss.
Well, that's Emmy just logged in.
Alright, good timing on his part. So we will go ahead and mute here because the credits will be coming up shortly. And we'll see you after that for the proper bonus final boss.
Alrighty then.
Mm-hmm.
Side by side, this is me. I knew all along we'd find some way to communicate.
Okay, because of the emulator lag making the song sound really stupid, we're just gonna skip ahead to the bonus final boss. So if you'll give me one moment here. And there we are. Suddenly all ready to go.
It's like magic.
I totally didn't have this, you know, ready to go or anything. Okay, so time for the bonus final boss that you get for unlocking all the Chaos Emeralds through the special stages. Let's get to it.
Hooray!
We have to fight Yakker's mom, which is both adorable and creepy at the same time. It can't just be a coincidence that the Chaos Emeralds are here.
No, totally not.
So we get kind of a butchered version of Reach for the Stars instrumental here.
Oh god, I can't wait to hear this.
Maybe butchered's the wrong word. It's definitely edited, and I don't really like it. It's definitely not a great edit, I'll say that much. So for this one, you have to charge up your boost and then hit the rocks so they fly into the Mother Wisp's tentacles on each side. And then once you do that, you'll get a forward boost section, which is actually reminiscent of the 3DS version of Time Eater, I believe. Or rather, the 3DS version of Time Eater would be reminiscent of this, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and we get this forward boosting section. In this mode, we don't use up any rings, but there are plenty to go pick up around the area, so it's a good idea to do that.
Never hurts.
Yeah. All you gotta do is boost forward, and then once you get in range, make sure the target reticle is on the Mother Wisp's eye, I guess, and then press the boost button to go ahead and hit it. If you miss with the target reticle, the Mother Wisp will attack you. If you run into the laser that the Mother Wisp fires during that section, or if you run into one of the little fire, I'll just call them wisps even though they're not wisps, they're like a wisp of fire, because I can't think of a better explanation for them. If you run into one of the fire things during that section 3 times, you'll also get knocked back and have to go back to the first phase again. So I'm probably going to get knocked back at least once, because that's about how my practice runs went. Overall, it's not really difficult. It's a bit annoying. The purple ones will slow you down, whereas the fire ones will just automatically stop you.
We have had a $3 donation from Hunter Surge, and he says, just giving a bit to hopefully help reach 20k. Also, Riddick, I'm curious, what card games do you play, and what's your main deck in each? I play Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I have a Blue Eyes deck, lovingly made by Spar and Emmy. I play Pokemon, which my main deck is a Megazord deck, lovingly created, crafted, and perfected by me, and Spar knows the horrors of the Megazord deck.
Yeah, I do.
I play Magic, where I run a red-white aggro deck, which still needs refining at the moment though. And I play Vanguard, where I play a Bermuda Triangle or a Royal Paladin deck.
Having trouble getting this last hit with the asteroids here. There we go.
Hey.
Any final thoughts on the game before we score the last hit?
HD was better.
Yeah. Well, it's not HD either. It's on the Wii. But I know
Wii
which
was
version
better.
you're talking about. Yes, the Wii version is much better. If you've got a DS and you liked colors, this isn't too bad to pick up. Not. Yeah, I got hit by the fire, so we have to restart the thing anyway. I knew I was preempting myself. Asking for final thoughts. I was just asking to get hit, though. The third. Wow, trying to speak. The third dash section is the most difficult, as you would probably imagine. Lots of stuff going on. The fire's really close around to the center path, so it's more difficult to avoid.
Yeah.
The problem I find with this is that Sonic actually takes up most of the screen, so it's kind of difficult to see what's in front of me sometimes.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. To be fair though, Sonic games haven't really been known for their good cameras.
No. Oh man, I missed with the target reticle. I'm just seriously messing this up bad at this point.
You're almost there, Spar. I know you
Yeah.
can do it.
Yep.
Just gotta believe.
Yeah, I can get it done. I can get it done. Just maximum derp all around. The reason that I don't dodge a lot of the things is I want to try to stay towards the center, because as you noticed in that last run, if you're off to the side, it's difficult to get the target reticle actually on the Mother Wisp.
Yeah.
If you're heading straight on the center, it's a lot easier to hit that. Went right up into the fire.
Spar trained with the best of the stormtroopers. You get it, because he can't aim.
I just missed it. Wow. Maximum derpage.
Hello, Chris Barcade. You are cool because you are also Scottish.
Yeah, the final hit is pretty difficult to get. It's like the target reticle will like hit on her for a second, and then by the time you realize that and press the button, it's already moved away, which is just, you know, reaction time being slow on my part. The fuck? See, there I don't know what happened. I think I accidentally hit up on the control stick on my controller, and that moved the reticle up, and I didn't realize that I had done that.
Damps.
No, don't blame Dimps, that was me. That was all me.
Spar.
Don't blame Dimps for me being a derp. Blame Dimps for bad level design. Okay, looks like we've got an easy path on the left anyway. Every once in a while it'll be nice to you and give you a really nice empty path on one of the sides. Okay, finally got that done. Wow, that was really horrible run for me. Messed that up a lot, but we're done. Emerald is here, so he'll be taking over with Sonic for episode Metal here in just a few minutes. Thank you all for watching me fail miserably at games. I deserve that D rank.
Spar got the D rank.
Yakker's mom reminds me of a SpongeBob jellyfish. I think it's just the eyes. Because the eyes have that, like the 3 eyelashes like SpongeBob has, which is really strange. And there's a lot of texture. Yeah, it does look like a female Jellicent as well. And we finally get this scene, which you might notice didn't appear earlier on. The planets actually don't disappear until defeating the Mother Wisp.
Is the Mother Wisp the Wii version?
No. I didn't mean to skip that cutscene back there. I thought I was going to skip the credits. That part was basically just Sonic and Tails saying goodbye to Yacker. So sorry for skipping that.